now that we have defeated some tech gremlins, we can return to the helms. But before we get too far into our recaps, why don't we learn about who we've got at our table?
Well, that's me. Hi, my name's Brent. I'll be playing Saren Starseeker. He's an Astro Elf Divine Soul Sorcerer. He's still navigating a devilish deal and hoping to resolve that as soon as they can accomplish what seems like an insurmountable task. He's getting more and more comfortable with his newfound magic powers, and he's still determined to help the people here and find answers for what happened. This week's fun fact is it's more about Saren's parents, but his parents absolutely love stir fried chili noodles. However, Saren, if you remember from an old fact, doesn't like spicy food. But they always had to then happily make him a dish of his own without any of the chilies.
All right.
Hi, I'm Kelsey. I'm playing Ash. She's a tiefling fighter, Psy warrior. Um, I don't have any fun facts. She's looking for her family. We'll get to it sometime.
It, it's on the to-do list.
It's fine. I'm just helping for now. And that's okay.
I'm Caitlin. I'm playing Melior Sprin. Mel is a beautifully dangerous drow gloomstalker ranger with steel gray skin and snow white hair. I think I said that backwards, but that's okay. This week's fun fact about Mel is she doesn't necessarily have a favorite genre of music per se, but she tends to prefer upbeat tunes with good melodies and rhythm. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Mel loves dancing. Never received any dance lessons growing up, but she takes some inspiration from her Velvalar routines, modifying them slightly to be in time with the music, but without her blades, of course.
Okay. And with that, we return to Avernus, where you all had an interesting time meeting with Belle, uh, having some conversations, some of which have been lost to the memories of our players and the notes that they've taken. Uh, but you found out the location to the Bleeding Citadel, the next part of this quest, uh, to stop Baldur's Gate in seeing the same fate as Elturel. You found these 9 adamantine rods of Bel's creation, and he has uh, given them to you for use in Elturel with the solar incendiator, um, which, as Meliorus recalled, was another name for the companion stated in the contract. But you had, of course, a journey ahead of you to the city based on the information that Bell gave to you in your last meeting. And so, I would like for your group to roll for me a survival check. to see how well your travels from Bell's Forge to where you need to go.
It's weird. My dice didn't roll. It just kind of just dropped and didn't change at all.
Huh.
The most bizarre thing I've ever seen. But that's an 18.
All right.
Far less from Saren.
Yep. Yep.
Right in the middle.
So, your journey is a bit arduous. And, well, you do arrive, but it is not without any, well, setbacks. You all have one level of exhaustion when you come to your destination.
All of us.
Everyone.
Damn it, I just got rid of it.
It's fine.
As you make it here, you see this great, disgusting scab. It's the size of a large hill, and it rises out of a stinking swamp of blood. You see the domed top of an alabaster temple that pokes through the scab, and many, many black iron chains of Avernus converge on the building, attaching within this grotesque mound.
Does that look familiar?
As you look over towards Lulu asking this question, Saren, you'd be able to see a sort of despair in Lulu's countenance. Meaning that, Melioris, you would also notice this, based on your passive insight. It's... She connects to your mind, Saren. It's the Citadel, but it's being eaten.
It does look like that, but it hasn't been fully consumed by Avernus yet.
I'm gonna be super honest. That is probably the grossest thing I've ever seen. And I raised 2 kids.
Oh. Yeah, it's not my favorite.
I love that that's the reaction. I know what it is. Oh. Lulu once more turns her attention towards you, Saren, away from the Citadel, and we can't get in from what's exposed. The entrance to the Citadel, it's covered by this scab.
Tell me we gotta pick this cab. I couldn't have heard that.
It is. She
I'm
speaks
sorry.
telepathically.
Then, you know what?
You,
Just out of the blue, Ash says that, then.
I mean, you did hear Saren's response, so.
Hmm.
Lulu says the entrance is within the scab itself.
You tell me we gotta pick that scab?
I mean, perhaps we could carve through it.
Meliors,
Hmm.
you noticed something.
Great. This is where I would want to notice it.
Don't have such high passive perception. I don't know what to tell you. Uh, this scab, it's 300 feet in height. You're pretty sure. Um, and you would notice that near the top of it, you see a hole, as if someone has already climbed through and, as Ash put it, picked this scab.
Well, guys, we might not be the first ones to find this thing. Looks like someone might have already gone in there. Good news for us, I guess, because some of the work's already done for us. Trying to find a silver lining here.
Oh, that's great.
Trying my best.
I'm sure this was quite the attractive sight before it began to be consumed.
I just gotta climb.
I mean, there are the infernal chains here that you could use to climb up.
Oh, we gotta get in there.
You're right. I suppose up is the way.
All right. I'm gonna start climbing.
Is this thing climbable without using the chains if one were to have a climb speed?
If one wants to climb up scab,
See, it's a rock and a hard place because those chains weren't fun to climb down.
well, maybe, seeing that you don't have to, essentially break through the stratosphere of being dragged into the hells, maybe they're better.
I'm
What's
sure
the
they
angle
get
of
better
elevation?
the closer they get to hell. Yeah.
We're talking like a 20-degree incline, a 70-degree incline.
Um, yes. I don't know. All I know is that the scab is 300 feet high. The lower part of it is like hard as rock, like old scab. The newer part of it, upper at the top levels, is soft scab and has weeping wounds.
You know what? The chains are sounding real great. Let's do the chains.
So, I'll ask for an athletics check. If you have a climb speed, you do not need to make the athletics check.
Oh no, that's an 8.
Like a 16.
God damn.
Ash, you're struggling a little bit here on the climb. You're falling
I
behind a
was just
bit.
a little overconfident. That's all. You know, I'll stick behind everyone else and make sure nobody falls.
Yeah. Lulu's fluttering right beside you, making
Cool.
sure that you don't
That's my
fall.
excuse, by
Yeah.
the way.
Did you say I didn't have to make a check if I had a climb speed?
That is correct.
Or did I mishear that? Okay, yeah, okay.
So, um, yeah, you guys are able to make it to the top of this gap, and let me get the map live so that way you can see some things.
Great.
I do like seeing things.
Don't worry, it's not that bad yet.
Yes.
Come on.
What the maps can only do so much. You're
It's fine.
just gonna have to rely on my amazing descriptive.
We're climbing into an open wound. It's fine.
It's
It's like the magic.
fine.
Not sponsored. My keyboard almost got blessed by LaCroix.
Yeah. All right.
Man, that would have sucked.
So the very tippy top of the map should be revealed to you now, where you all see the wound. This is a side view map. So,
That's awesome.
Like an ant farm.
like an ant farm, exactly.
Hell yeah.
Now let me just move all your guys' tokens over here. Bam.
Oh, you're so tiny.
He's big.
Is each square like 10 by 10?
If you scroll over on the side,
Oh,
One
I see that.
square equals 10 feet.
I was zoomed in. I'm sorry.
zoom out next time.
I don't need to.
So, yeah, map. Oh. Looking down, you would notice it is dark all the way down. But I do believe that you all have dark vision.
Yep.
Oh, hold on.
Mhm.
Someone might not have dark vision here.
Would that be Lulu?
It might be Lulu. I'm checking. I had to.
Yeah, I think she used to cast light on things.
Well, I mean, she did cast light on things for a while just because she was excited to have it back. Uh,
Yeah, that was one of the reasons.
okay, Lulu does not have dark vision. But she can cast
Cool.
light.
I have
Lulu,
dark
do you just
vision
want to,
out.
like, hang on to my back?
Does Saren offer that?
Yeah. That was Saren to Lulu
Oh,
in
okay.
Celestial.
Sure. And you feel like a little trunk grab hold.
No, don't let go. We don't know what's going to be down here, okay?
Well, what if I sneeze?
Um, have you ever sneezed?
Saren, have you never sneezed before?
No, I've sneezed, but have you ever sneezed?
Everyone sneezes.
Well, I'm sorry, you're the first little elephant
Like,
that I've met.
Traxigor sneezes too.
Are y'all talking
Okay.
about sneezing?
Lulu, you know what? Don't worry about it.
Sure, fine.
Lulu, if I hear you sneeze, I'll stop until you grab back on.
Okay.
The weirdest half of a conversation I've ever heard.
It's enough to know what's going on. Lulu can't see in here.
Yeah, I get it. I get that she can't see, but that doesn't explain the sneezing.
The dots aren't connecting, Saren.
I asked if Lulu just wanted to hang on to me so I can guide her through, and then her response was, "What if I sneeze?"
Uh-huh. Okay.
And now we're here.
And here is at the circular gaping wound at the top of the scab with a dark tunnel. It is slightly
On a
spongy
scale
here.
of like 1. Okay, actually, that's where I was gonna go. How juicy is it?
I mean, there's still a firmness there, but if you bounce, you can feel it.
Does it
Wow.
squish when we walk?
Not on the outside, but maybe on the inside.
Outstanding. We'll find out.
God.
I'll check back in later.
Alright.
Hate saying this. I've got dark vision out to 180 feet. So would you like me to be in the lead?
That sounds like a great idea.
Great. So glad you agreed with me.
Once again, I'm agreeing.
I mean, I can walk next to you if you want. Just so you're not alone.
Saren will-
Whatever you'd like. Whatever you'd like.
Saren will double arm gesture to the ladies to proceed.
Cool.
Okay.
Let's do this. Scooching in.
So, as you guys scoot forward into the dark depths of Scab, I would like to cooperate. You see where the tunnel sort of begins to dip out and make some pathways.
Should we be like down here?
Yeah, unless you're like climbing on the walls.
Okay.
This is Ant Farm view, remember?
I'm not. Got it.
This is more of just like a sort of representation rather than any sort of like actualities kind of deal.
Uh-huh.
Generalized view.
Cool. Let's just slowly make our way across here then.
Yeah. As you make your way through the scab, you come to an area here where you see one side of the narrow passageway stripped fully away. and it partially reveals one of the Citadel's stained glass windows. You see the opaque blue and yellow panes depicting the contemplative face of a very beautiful angel.
Like that progress.
Is there light coming through the window?
No.
You said it was opaque?
Yep.
Is there like a ledge, or is it just like the
It-
glass flush with the meat?
The meat has, like, been stripped away to reveal the glass, so.
There's no like ledge or anything.
I mean, if you're looking at this ant farm view, there is. You could just go on the other side. Like, again, this is, like, generalized view, not, like, real, actual thing. So if you want to go up to touch the
Yeah.
glass.
Yeah, I want to like look into it, dude. One of these.
Sure. Let me just do something here real quick. Alright. So, as Saren, you go up and you press your hands, trying to get a view into the Citadel from here. Because the stained glass is worked in such a way for the decorative purposes, it makes it hard to actually see what is going on inside. However, you do feel a sort of calm come over you. You gain 20 temporary hit points.
Whoa. And just by trying to look through this, I feel invigorated.
I'm looking through a window.
Yes.
I'm so happy for you, Saren.
This place has a lot of power. I hope whatever made these tunnels hasn't gotten in there yet.
Should we all look through the window?
I think you should.
I'll look through the window.
Alright, let me check something. And is Melioras also trying to look through the window? Alright. I'm gonna check something there.
I don't like the way you said that. How hard is it to look through a window?
Well, I just need to check some certain things.
Great.
All right. So as Ash and Meliorus, you follow Saren's lead and try and look through the window. Unfortunately, um, as you press your hands to get a closer look, you see the same uh, sort of distorted internal haze. You can see that the Citadel exists within. It's not clear, however, for your view. But you also feel this sort of calm come over you. And each of you also gain 20 temporary HP.
Saren's looking expectantly at them.
A pretty great
Well,
window.
right?
The best window I've ever looked into.
Great job, Saren.
Well, I don't know if I can take credit.
Well, you found out about it.
Well, yeah,
Just take
we all
take
did
it.
it. Thank you. Thank you, little bow.
Okay, that's not enough. That's okay.
All right.
Shall we proceed?
I think we should.
All right. Give me just one moment to bring back the thing while I was doing DM stuff. Uh, Trying to be sneaky here. All right. Back to the scab. Back to this. So, where would you like to go? Do you want to
Oh, we
go?
gotta go down, right?
Well, you can go. There's 3 different areas you can explore. And because this is like, okay, so because this is like a hill thing, if you go to one
Uh-huh.
side of the map, you'll just come in on the other side too, so. Because it wraps around.
Uh-huh. Follow him, Mel.
Yeah, Ranger leads the way.
Alright. Coming up on a bit of a tight squeeze on this passageway.
Yeah.
You can press
Does
through it.
it look passable?
Yeah, but it is like, it's gonna be single file. You are like actually squeezing through this area. Well, from this one, it'd be like ducking down and crawling through, but yes, it is passable.
Okay.
You could explore other areas too. You can always come back.
I've committed to this direction.
Cool.
Alright.
Ash will turn to Sarah and don't get too close. I don't know what the tail is capable of.
Saren's eyes are gonna narrow a little bit, and he slowly nods. Saren's given a fold. How long's the tail?
Like 3 feet.
Saren's given a full 10 foot.
Now, as you reach the end of this, you would notice that there is a pretty sizable drop.
I'm immune to fall damage. I don't think my friends are. I'll look
Lewis?
behind my shoulder and I'll look over my shoulder and I'll say it drops off a bit here, maybe like 20-ish feet.
25.
Or
Well,
25-ish.
directly down's the fastest way.
But you are... I will point out, you are also all exhausted. You have 20 temp HP, which will help.
Yeah, I don't know
But
if you want to try the other route.
do take a look at the size of the dungeon you're in. Ah.
I can get
We
down
wanna-
without injuring myself.
Do we want to double back and see if we can find another way?
Sure. Saren will turn around and start heading back up. Squeezing through.
Ash will turn to Melioras. Hey, listen, don't get too close. I don't know what the tail is capable of.
So... Now, which path would you like to take? Down? Up?
Can we get
Should we
up
try the
there?
other down?
I'd say that there's enough of the picked at scab that creates handholds here that you could get up around the window.
Gross. Let's go to the other down.
Got a more sheer incline, but it does go down.
This drops like 15 feet.
The one that you just left?
No, the one straight down from where Melioras is.
Well, it's more of a climb than a drop. You're squeezing through it.
Oh, okay.
It's like those tight tunnels.
Can we do like one of those? Press the back up to one side and feet to the other and kind of shimmy down.
No, it's too tight for that.
It's too tight for that.
Yeah, you gotta like just full body shimmy. You can't put your feet on one side and back on the other. You gotta wiggle your way down.
Okay.
This isn't meant to be a pleasant experience.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. It's fine.
Thanks. I'm realizing that.
I'll jump down and start scooting.
All right.
Yeah, Saren's diving in head first.
Cool.
there are many splunking stories of why that's not a good idea.
It's fine.
Okay. I won't tell you what to do. All right. So Ash, as you make it down,
Why did you come out head first?
I wanted to see where I was going.
Alright, dude.
hold on, I gotta post this. Saren.
Oh no.
Goddamn.
So, as you arrive, you do see that there is a another gap here leading, but it is more sizable. About maybe 10 feet across of a jump.
Oh, I could jump that.
Is there anyone here that can't make that 10-foot jump? Or you could fall.
Is it a running jump?
There is space below if you'd like to fall. But it is a 20-foot fall.
I don't want to fall. I can jump.
Alright, then jump.
Fine, I'm gonna jump.
Saren, you can make a running jump.
Leaving
Jump
plenty of
calculator's
space.
telling me to wait.
So, Ash jumps. Do any of either the two of you follow?
Jump calculator's telling me I can do 8 feet with a running jump.
Okay, what if I stand like as close as I can to the edge and try and catch you?
I could just drop down to the next level and maybe you guys catch up with me eventually.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, do it. It'd be great. You could have Lulu
Stop
go with
smiling.
you.
Well, now I don't want to.
That's fine, I'll catch you.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so as
Oh, wait, I have an idea.
you have an idea?
Okay.
You might take some damage, but hear me out. I can. Do you remember way back in the manor, the Van Thamper Manor, when I yanked that guy over the banister, and he fell and broke his neck and died?
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, he splatted on the marble tile.
Right. So I could use that magic to pull you across this.
You're not selling it, darling. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. You're
It
not
would work.
selling it.
You just might get electrocuted a little.
Oh, just a little. Okay.
It's not like there's a banister here that you'd be pulled off of.
Yeah. You just be pulled
there's just
straight at.
Yeah.
All right. We can try Ash's thing first, but mine won't
Let's
come up again if you fall.
let's try Ash's thing first. No.
You say so.
Muffin.
I just wanted to give you the option.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty positive she's not going to electrocute me.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I've
much
never
more
done
confident
that.
in
PvP.
that part.
I have never done that to anybody, so you're safe.
As when
I
Mel
feel
chooses
like
to
rolling an
run,
insight check right.
I think you're so brave
when,
for even like suggesting it, Sarah, and that's good
thank you.
on you. But oh,
When when Mel does run and jump, Saren's gonna run right back up to the edge where she jumps from, just in case she doesn't make it and falls.
my goodness.
If I fall, I'll be fine. If I fall, I'll be fine.
I didn't say any of this
And
out loud.
I have.
This is just in Saren's head.
Ash, I want you.
Yeah,
I want you to make me a dexterity saving throw to catch Meliors.
totally. I'm so good at those. So that's a 7. I'm sorry.
So Meliors is beginning to fall.
Hey, it's just,
I cast. How close am I to the edge
Uh, you'd be
that I'm trying to jump to?
like you're barely like out of like your fingertips are grazing the edge.
Okay, can I make either a deck save to try and catch myself, or if not, can I cast a spell while I'm mid leap?
Sure, I'll let you cast a spell.
I cast rope trick,
Okay.
and now I'm just hanging off of the self-suspended rope.
All right.
Is Melior's hanging there, blocking me from making the jump?
No, Meliors, because of the trajectory, would be below the rope. How far does the rope go up when you cast the spell?
As long as the rope is. So I'm assuming I have a 50-foot piece of rope.
Yeah, so you've got now a rope that's kind of there, but it's just a rope. You could still jump.
start trying to get her.
Saren will run and jump. Oh, if they're, I'll wait.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, let's just vibe and
Can I maybe get to the ledge?
yes.
I'm working on helping you out.
Okay, I'll climb the rope, and then I'll try and just jump off the rope onto the ledge.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a good thing I didn't promise about catching you. I'm sorry.
You know what? It's fine. It all worked out in the end. I'm on the other side.
Yeah. I think we should go because looks so excited for this.
Saren runs and jumps.
So as Saren runs and jumps, there is like this like just part of the back of his outfit where Lulu's like fluttering and holding on.
Oh, before that, I would have said, "Hang
I
on."
got an assist.
Yeah. It's
No, I made it on my own.
an assist from Lulu in this sense. It's like the primeval owl bears flying. So
Is the rope
No sweat.
that's suspended within my reach? Like, can I
Yes.
grab it?
yes.
Okay, I'll grab it and dismiss the spell, and then I'll still have my rope.
Mm. So now that you're on the other side of the area, do I have
Now we
sounds
jump
for
down.
this? No, I don't have sounds for this. Unfortunate. Um, there are hordes of hellish flies that are buzzing around this darkened chamber And for those of you that have dark vision, you see that it is strewn with mutilated devil corpses and gnawed bones. There is more darkened cavern that you can see below if you had fallen.
Mm. So, how confident are we that someone came and dug out these tunnels?
Well, if there's devil corpses here,
Okay, but what I'm getting at is it's starting to feel more like something than someone.
like burrowed through this.
Yeah, that's what it's starting to feel like for me. I don't know if anybody else is
Yeah.
catching that vibe.
I didn't. What?
Yes.
Like that a creature did this? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely think a creature did this.
Oh, okay. So I'm not like on my own and thinking that. Cool. That's cool. Well, I guess we should keep going then.
So as you try to
Should
move,
I?
go ahead. I can wait.
I was just gonna poll the group on whether or not they would like me to cast Pass Without Trace.
That would be so cool.
I will do
Yes.
that.
Please.
We are
Yes.
we are passing tracelessly through this place.
Love it.
So as you cross this room, you would notice something. The flies here begin to coalesce,
Mm.
and as they buzz around you thick and heavy, I'm gonna ask for initiative rolls.
I don't wanna.
Do I have a fly battle? I think I do.
20.
Do we lose 2 on initiative as well?
Yep.
Yeah, all rolls. I think. Is it all?
Yep. Sure is.
3d20 test.
Forget how loud the battle music starts off with. Ah. All right. Oh shit! You guys rolled really well. Alrighty. That means, Ash, you get to go first.
I'm gonna do something interesting and pull out my flail and just swing at the closest swarm to me.
Alright, that'll be C.
So 17.
Yeah, 17 will hit.
Great. 7 bludgeoning.
Okay.
12.
12 will hit.
For 7 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then a 23
That's another hit.
for 12.
Alrighty. As your flail strikes through the swarm of insects, it makes contact, but due to the nature of these creatures, it doesn't seem that it is as effective as you'd like.
Hate it here.
Melioras, it is your turn.
That's my turn.
Okay. I'll run up to the closest swarm and I'll slash at it with Bryn's Vengeance.
Okay.
That's a 15.
That'll hit.
Doing 10 points of magical slashing.
Okay.
Does a 10 hit?
A 10 does not hit.
Okay. Offhand attack. A 15 again.
15 hits.
For 6 points from my silver scimitar.
Alright.
Speak today.
No worries. Again, you feel the sort of, natural defenses this type of enemy has against your weaponry. You still manage to do enough to defeat it, but did not seem to do as much damage as you may have hoped.
Even with Bryn's Vengeance?
Even with Rin's Vengeance. All physical damages, even
I
magical
also
ones.
hate it here.
Alright. And with that, Saren, it's your turn.
Saren's gonna go for a Sorceress Burst at Insect A. Insects A.
Alright.
Cold damage.
Okay.
It's a 20.
20 will hit.
Eight damage.
They do take the full 8 damage.
Excellent news.
Anything else?
That's going to be it. That'll be it.
Alright, Swarm of Insects A is gonna buzz over to you, Saren. And as it swarms around you, we've got a 21 to hit
Yes.
for 8 points of poison damage. Swarm of Insects B is gonna buzz in between Ash and Melioras. And is going to go for Ash. But I believe a 10 misses.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lulu, is going to... She connects to Saren's mind, with her telepathy, and... Is this a time that I should cast light so that way I can see, or am I still holding on?
You can cast light if you need to see.
Okay. And Lulu casts light, and that's her turn. And you now... and now you can see everything in color and not just grayscale.
Is it more gross in color?
Yes.
Excellent.
Incredible.
Our last swarm of insects, Insects D, are gonna come over towards the light. How much movement do they've got? 20? And they'll dash to get over here. Ash, it's your turn.
Cool. Let's swing at him with my flail again.
Go for it.
I'd like to. 12.
12 will hit.
Great. 12 bludgeoning.
Alrighty.
That's a 25
Yes.
for 9.
Beautiful.
And a 10.
Misses, unfortunately.
That's cool. Could I make one of those a psionic strike?
Yeah, for sure.
Great. 10 force.
And the insect swarm is obliterated with the force energy that reverberates from your weapon attack. Meliors.
Well, I'll turn around and I'll start attacking Insect Swarm A. That's a 24 to hit
Yep.
for 7 points. And a natural 20.
Heck yeah.
So that'll be plus 6, so 16.
Alright, and that is A down, leaving just the last swarm.
Am I able to make a nick attack against the last one?
Yeah.
Or are they too high?
I'd say you can go for it.
19
That'll hit.
for 5 points.
Alrighty. And with that, it is going to come to... anything else from Meliors?
Nope.
Saren, it's your turn.
Is this one in melee or out of melee?
Out of your melee, in melee of Lulu.
Well, I would like to do another Sorcerer's Burst of cold damage.
Okay,
An 18.
that'll hit.
I get 1 extra. 11 so far.
Well, you might get more than one extra.
17 total.
17 total is enough for the insects to be bested. And with that, you are no longer bound to initiative.
That wasn't so bad.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot more of those.
We won't know until we keep going. So let's keep going.
Yeah, for sure.
Down we go.
Alrighty.
You want to try and move stealthily past so Trace is up, technically.
Oh, might as well then.
Big 20.
Natural 1.
27.
I guess I got an
Oh.
11 technically.
Mine would be 18.
Alrighty. Just doing DM things because of where you guys are going. So are you taking the leap down, or are you pressing onwards and upwards?
I thought we jumped over the gap so we could continue going.
It's up to you.
East.
You've got the east that you had originally wanted to go for, but you do see that there is down. So I'm just asking what you guys want to do. This is your dungeon to crawl through.
Let's go east. That's what we were working towards.
If you don't like what you see over there, you can't blame me.
We can go backwards.
Do That is true. We don't know what the tail is capable of.
Just
Fucking
try and
tail
stay
first.
within about 30 feet.
So,
Yeah, we're just staying together as we move east.
as you get closer, Meliors, you would hear something. You hear snarling. You hear the sound of claws against the flesh and hardened scabs. And you hear a strange language that is growling over top of all of this.
I'll put my hand up to motion for everyone behind me to stop. And then I'll turn around and kind of bring everyone into a huddle so that I can talk softly, and I'll let them know that there's some kind of creature up ahead. It's growling, clawing at something. And I think it might also be
Actually,
speaking a language, but
um,
I don't recognize it.
actually, because Meliors knows this, it's not actually one creature, it's multiple. The growling of the strange language is different than the snarls that you had heard before.
Okay, so I lied. There's actually multiple things. There's something growling and clawing at something, and then there's another thing talking, but I don't understand what it's saying.
Should we try to get the drop on them?
I like that idea.
What would you like to do? Oops, no.
What do you think, Ash?
I think that if we're gonna be in here, I'd rather them not be here.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Maybe if we can sneak a little bit closer, maybe one of you guys will be able to understand whatever is speaking.
Maybe.
We can try. Saren cast Mage Armor.
Right, we sneaking?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's get a little closer.
All right, let's get those stealth rolls.
Hmm.
29.
13.
10.
Did you guys add your +10?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I have 10 right now.
You also have the -2 from exhaustion, yep.
Yeah, that's why I have 10
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, I know. Yep. I see the roll.
Melior's just buries her head in her hand.
There's just too many squishy spots to be silent. I don't know how you're doing it.
So,
I managed just fine.
Every single one of these squishy spots has found my boot.
All right, so we'll handle that here in just a moment.
Yeah,
As
I'll bet.
as your group is moving forward, trying to be stealthy, uh, you the rest of you begin to hear the sort of snarling and the orders. And Saren, you actually recognize this. The orders are in Abyssal, and it's telling them, uh, "You worthless creatures, do what you have been ordered. Dig, dig."
Saren will put his hand up, and then he'll kind of point to his ears and then give a thumbs up.
And
Do I get the sense that we're close enough
two
for me to
things.
talk softly to the group?
Um, you can try and talk softly here, but after you hear this and try and talk to your group, two things happen at once. Lulu, you can feel the trunk around where she has the grasp tighten, and she reaches into your mind, Saren. There's something powerful here, and it's very evil, and I don't like it, Saren. And at that same time, Ash, your foot finds a part of the scab that is loose, and as you step, you sort of fall and tumble and slide um, towards a smaller section that leads down that's not fully excavated. Um, I want you to make me a strength check to see if you can catch yourself before you get stuck.
Fuck. That's a 5.
You are stuck. And we'll just, for ease of imagination, just gonna little carve out here, and Ash, you're stuck.
Gross. Um, hey guys.
Saren will just kind of whip around, look at Lulu, and then look down at Ash.
I'm pretty sad. I can't get out. I fell.
Saren's gonna whip back to see if are the creatures still talking.
Um, you don't hear anything right now besides the snarling and the picking.
I'm trying to kind of wiggle my way. It's so gross in here. You gotta get me out.
Can we pull you out by your whip?
Meliors is just looking at Saren like,
I'll still like send my whip up.
Ash is stuck. Lulu's freaking out. We're surrounded by evil. Saren's gonna try and pull Ash out.
I'm surrounded
the
by
whip.
scab.
Saren, I
I'm
want you.
gonna offer to electrocute her a little bit.
Don't you dare.
Shoot her with them.
I swear to God, if you electrocute me.
Saren, I want you to give me an athletics check to pull.
Am I able to give the help action?
Sure.
Alright, 13.
You're able to start pulling Ash And as Ash, you're being dislodged. Unfortunately, with a 13, it's not a clean removal. Some of the scab pulls off because of your armor, and you start, getting covered in blood and pus. It's horrible smelling,
I'm gonna get out,
but you get out.
and I'm gonna stand as close to Saren as I possibly can.
I'm gonna
Saren used
elbow
prestidigitation.
Saren and be like, prestidigitation.
Yeah, clean on all that.
Thank you. I'll scoot back.
Okay, update. Lulu's a little uncomfortable because there's a great powerful evil here. Those things down there speaking abyssal sounds like a dig crew, which tells me they're probably demons. Which, based on those dead devils back there, makes sense.
Which are probably trying to get to it so they can destroy it or have it.
Get get
One
to
of
the
those.
citadel.
Or like the sword is here, right?
Yes, but if they're still digging, that means they don't have it.
Yeah.
That's good.
How long do we let them keep digging into our work for us?
You just slowly follow them one step at a time.
Just forever behind them.
Saren cast haste on whatever these are. Just kidding.
No, do it. It's fine.
No, just kidding. I can't touch them.
Haste isn't a touch spell.
It is for me. I can't see them. I don't know how to play this game.
Yeah, I don't know. I just work here.
Just this is a Wendy's.
Should we try and get the drop on them?
Yeah, we can do that.
I don't know, can we? I'm trying
We
my
can
best
try.
to help you guys still.
We're also trying our best.
Yeah, just don't roll another nat one. It'll be fine.
Excellent advice. Okay, let's see if we can get eyes on them and catch them.
We got this.
All right. So, as you're moving forward, are we doing another stealth roll, or are you just rushing in, guns blazing?
Yes, please. One more.
Okay.
18.
23.
35.
All right.
Oh
So,
wait, that's a plus 10. 28.
yeah, you've still got tasks going on. So, as you move down the ledge, inching towards the drop here, you would notice what was snarling and picking away. You see these small demons that are covered in matted gray fur as they bite and pick at the hard, scabby floor, trying to get underneath it. You see this shadowy presence sort of looming over them. And you can imagine that this is the figure, the demon Saren was speaking of, that was giving the commands.
And it's another drop down, right?
It is another drop down, yeah. But you wanted the drop on them.
Wow.
We should have specified it was a figurative drop.
All right, I hate to be this person, but do we want to double back again?
This is your
Maybe
dungeon
they
to
can't
crawl
get up
through.
to us and we can just make pot shots at them.
I can't do that.
I might be able to get them all in at one go.
You got a fireball up
I-
there?
I try and talk to Lulu.
Sure. You can always talk to Lulu. Lulu just doesn't talk aloud. She's shy.
I'll speak quietly to Lulu and I'll ask if what's down there was the great evil that Saren told us Lulu said she could sense.
I don't know. I just sense that there is. It's bigger than them. And then, sort of like getting closer to Saren, so that way Lulu's like peeking over his shoulder, still connected to your mind, Mel. I think something like this. I felt it before. I think it was with Krokatoik.
Who's that?
It's a pet for Yanoku. Anyone, or no, this would only be Melior's. Melior's, roll me a religion check.
Okay. That's a 4.
You don't know anything about either of those names.
And what was the second one? I didn't quite catch it.
Yanogu.
It was a pet of Yanogu.
Yep.
I know that name, but Melioris doesn't know that name. Okay. Was Lulu finished speaking?
That's all she said.
Lulu says she had this feeling before. And she was with Krokatoik. And I asked who that was, and she said it was a pet of Yunogu. Is this making any sense to you guys?
Saren thinks about it.
Let's get religion checks.
Sounds like draconic to me.
18.
6.
Saren, you have heard of Yanogu before. Krokatoik, no. But Yanogu, yes. Beast of butchery. Towering at 14 feet tall, Yanogu is the Knoll Lord. His creations made in his twisted image. When the Demon Lord once hunted across the material plane, there were packs of hyenas that followed in his wake, and those that ate of great Yanogu's kills became the first Knolls. Few others worship the beast of butchery, but any of that do tend to take Knoll-like aspects, hunching over and filing their teeth down to points. You'd also know that Yunogu wants nothing more than the slaughter and senseless destruction of any and everything. Yunogu takes pleasure in causing fear before death. He sows sorrow and despair, but through destroying beloved things, he does not parley. To meet with him is to do battle with him, unless he becomes bored and wanders away.
Saren will share all those lovely details with the rest of the group.
So we might have an agent of Yunogu here somewhere.
Potentially a powerful one, yes.
The only thing that I could get behind is the teeth thing. I think that's pretty cool.
It's certainly a look.
Other
Do
than
you want me to
that,
try
I
and
don't know.
push all of those things?
You can try.
Would you like? Yeah, okay. I'll try and squish all those. Pardon me, Melioras. Saren's gonna step
Of course.
up as far as he can. Okay, Saren would like to channel a gravity smash. This might get messy.
You might finish the excavation.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out. So, what save is this?
So they have Saren's channeling. It's a 40-foot wide radius, 100-foot high cylinder. And if I channel through an entire turn, at the start of my next turn, the gravity reaches critical magnitude, and everything gets smashed downwards. It's going to be a strength saving throw. But if I can channel for the full turn, it's a lot more damage.
And does this have a verbal component?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Then, as you begin to channel, we're going to roll initiatives, because that will alert them.
I had a natural 20, so that's would have been a 31, but it's only a 29.
14.
So a 3. But what if I were to switch with Melioras? Would it immediately go off?
This is the start of the channel, so this is you starting that verbal.
All right.
So it's you have to get through this round before it goes through.
All right, this makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, if Mel's got the criminal background, you can still swap if you want. I don't know Mel's character sheet that well.
That would help make it get to your turn faster, right?
There is 7
Well, I assume it would
dretches.
just be
Yeah.
my turn to start.
Well, you're starting the
It's
initiative
your
roll.
turn. Well,
So you just have to get through everything.
seconds. So what?
So essentially, this would be they're surprised, and you all are aware that Saren's doing something. So during this first round, you'd be able to do stuff as well as Saren with this channeling.
Would it be beneficial for you, Saren, to be high in initiative?
Brent doesn't know. if Saren were to go first, would that be the start of his next turn?
It would not be the full channel. I will say it would help for Saren to be higher in the initiative order
Okay.
because you do have 8 enemies on the board that are going to be alerted by you casting a spell.
Then it's a yes.
Okay. I can swap with you then if you would like.
Sounds good.
Saren, you'll never feel like a 29 initiative ever again.
You don't know that. Don't put that out there.
Alright, so Saren, you are beginning you are beginning to
It's
channel
my initiative. What did I agree to?
you begin to channel this spell, which unfortunately does call attention to the creatures below, but hopefully their shock and surprise will lessen whatever situation is going to come out of this. Do you do anything else on your turn?
I'll say, don't get in front of me. This thing's gonna go off right on my nose.
Okay. Stretch A isn't going to do anything. Babylon. Babylon is going to, as it phases upward, it disappears into the hardened scab material.
Does it matter that this is all difficult terrain? But I guess he's phasing out.
Yeah, he's phasing out, man. Incorporeal, like he just slid into the wall.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Dretch B not gonna do anything. Ash, you heard Saren's warning to not get in front of him. What you doing? If anything.
I think I'm just gonna vibe out back here with Lulu.
Yeah, Lulu's terrified.
I'll have a weapon out, but you know, I'm just back
Dretch
here.
Dretch C doesn't do anything. Lulu cries. Dretch D,
Oh gosh.
E, F aren't doing anything. Melioras, would you like to do anything?
I would like to stand level with Saren because I heard him say don't stand in front of him, and I'm just going to ready an attack against him to mess with Saren while he's casting this spell.
Okay.
But it's my scimitar, so it's gonna have to be a melee.
Okay. Dretch G just continues gnawing on the ground. Saren! You channeled.
Yes.
It's a strength save.
They all get crushed downwards. Yeah.
He's gonna do, got what, 7 of them? They don't have any sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, what's the DC? What do I gotta beat?
16.
I got 2 that beat a 16.
And it's gonna be 8d10 force damage. So that's 46 on a failed save.
All of them are dead.
Is it messy?
Yeah. There's
Was it audible?
They're squelching. They release this cloud of fetid, putrid gas, and it reaches up to where you guys are. It's dispersed enough that you don't take the poison condition, but it stinks. It's horrible.
I got them.
Oh no!
Where'd that other
Something
guy
went wrong.
go?
Could I have seen that he went into the wall?
Yeah, you would have seen that he, like, phased into the wall.
He went translucent and into the wall.
He's
Voluntarily?
still out there somewhere.
Yes, voluntarily, and yes, he's definitely out there.
Some people like the scat wall. I don't know what to
Can
tell
I
you.
take the search action?
Gross.
Can I try and figure out if he's about to, like, jump down upon us?
Hard to say, as all you're seeing around you is scab and grossness. You've never met that guy before in your life, so you don't really know. If it was like, something that had a little bit more give than scab, maybe, like tall grasses and whatnot, but this is solid. Thick. But hey, there's a drop that's clear of enemies. It's just got viscera.
Awesome.
Should we try and slide down?
Might as well.
Saren will go first.
Do you go head first?
Is there like a sheer drop where he's... No, not this time.
Please don't get head first this time.
If he goes down, is there a pretty like sheer drop there?
Yeah, it falls. It's a drop down. It is literally, you had the drop on them.
All right, Saren will fall. Squish.
Yeah, there's like all sorts of soft.
Ash
Does the
Ash's
softness
gonna
absorb the impact?
No, it doesn't. It just makes the impact more visceral.
gross. Ash is gonna like stop at the edge and get on her belly and kind of use some weapons to help her like slowly get down until she can't anymore, and then she'll just drop.
Oh, are we penguining it a little bit here?
A little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes you gotta go penguin sledding.
All right. So, oh, that looks like they've changed that a little bit here. When you fall, you will, unless you have a way to avoid taking damage from the fall, you do end up prone. Um, so
Ugh,
I'm I'm looking at the rules here. It's something that changed. Um,
but I just got scab off of me, and now I'm in blood and gut.
well, you're not going to be alone. Saren also has blood and guts. Saren, you take 5 points of fall damage, bludgeoning. Um, as you are now slick on the backside with viscera. Uh, that's going to be 3 points of bludgeoning damage for Ash. And then what about Melior's?
I'm immune to fall damage, so I blade pose when I get down there.
Yep. I'm assuming there is a ready round of prestidigitations.
Oh yeah, we're zapping.
Lulu is like tied up against your shoulder, Saren. Very not comfy at all.
It's okay, Lulu. We'll figure it out. We'll get through this.
For the first time, you think since knowing Lulu, she doesn't respond to you.
Sarah will just look back over her shoulder, make sure she's still there, and carry on.
Yeah?
Well, we've got 2 directions to go. Which do you feel best about? Was a question to the group.
With my 180 feet of dark vision, I look one way and then I look the other way. Does one way look more attractive than the other?
We've got another drop over here. And an incline this way.
I don't know about you guys, but the incline to me seems more appealing than.
Definitely safer. Did these creatures that got turned into mush? Did they have anything? Did they have clothes? Did they have pockets?
They probably have diseases.
Okay, we'll pass on that then.
No, they didn't have anything else. They're wretches.
Down the incline then.
Yes, please.
If
Sure.
you guys wanted.
What does that mean?
It means this is your dungeon to crawl through.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez. I hop here and I look down this way. Does that narrow bit look like it is at all possible to fit? It looks like it's maybe 2 feet.
If you were maybe a small-sized creature or smaller, you could probably squeeze through there.
Okay. I'll hop back up. This way is impassable.
Unless you've
Unless
got
we
like
want to
gaseous form or something like that.
bust through the. I could turn into a cloud and scout in that direction.
Can you turn back though? That's the
But
question.
of course I can.
I could get through that.
You want to go through that, Sarah?
I didn't say that.
That's so fun.
Not alone.
Lulu could come with you. She's tall. She's small.
How crusty is that area? Could we carve a bigger gap to fit through?
You might have to do as those wretches demons were and, claw and bite your way through it.
So is it like hard or soft?
It's hard. The areas that you're stepping on are harder because they're scabs. They're just not like rock hard like they are outside where it's been baked.
Could we just hop over and go up and see where that goes, or we can always go back and drop down again?
Like that other way looks straighter down, so maybe it's climbable instead of a straight drop.
I can do climbing.
Sure. I can try.
Okay. Back the way we came then.
Okay. I love that Saren's token is just sitting there at the edge. It's like contemplating.
I couldn't. I don't know.
Okay. Same thing. I'm gonna turn around and get on my belly and kind of scooch over the edge and start climbing down.
It's, one of us does have rope that could be utilized here.
Oh well. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'm just scooting slowly down.
Darren, I have some rope if you'd like. I can stand up here and hold one end of it if that will help, and then I can climb down after.
I'm not well versed in climbing, so I'm inclined to accept.
Okay, I'll lower the and I'll stand here and hold it.
Saren repels down the scab.
Oh, it's so repulsive. So.
Saren will even start coiling the rope once Melioras tosses the other end down.
Yep.
Thanks. Such a gentleman. And then Meliors will use her climbing capabilities to scale down the.
Yeah, totally. So, as you all climb down and have more of the scab to explore, I'm going to say that we're going to take our little bio break here and be back in a couple of minutes. Alrighty, so as we are coming back, I need to take you guys for you guys to join in an encounter. Oh, out. As we're returning, and you're moving closer towards this edge, as you get to a point where you have to sort of do a little shimmy up before heading further down, I would like everyone to roll for me a perception roll.
4.
14.
Hey,
Melioris, you would hear something that sounds like exertion, sorry. Um, but you can't quite make it out.
She'll quietly tell people that she can hear something up ahead. Sounds like it's active, but I can't tell what it's doing.
well, if it's ahead of us, then we should move quietly again.
Yes, let's all try our best.
Yes, our best.
That's what I've been doing the whole time.
I didn't
15.
mean to imply otherwise.
25.
26.
17.
Okay. So, as you stealth a little closer, you can see this sort of move where you can see it. This massive cavern. And you see that there are these ornate doors at the bottom. They're brass, and these double doors, they stand exposed in the walls of the scab. You see that there is a relief on the doors, but you can't get a quite clear picture of what it is from this angle. But you would notice the gleam of gold inlaid in the frame around the door. You would notice that there are 3 goat-headed demons with barbed tails that are throwing themselves against the doors, and you see a very corpulent ape-like fiend with tusks and tiny wings kicking at them, roaring commands in abyssal, and Saren, you would understand the abyssal. Get it open! Let's just get the other
They
side
can't get in.
as well. Just so that way you can see all 3 of our demon buddies.
Oh.
Oh, it wraps around.
That's what I was telling you guys earlier.
I
So, what would you guys like to do as you see this?
That's a long way down.
Yeah. We may have to try and get. Maybe there's another entrance to the chamber lowered.
Well, Melioris, you can just fall, right?
I can. Yep.
I could fall and then teleport. Once I could teleport safely to the bottom once I'm close enough.
Yep. Conservation of energy, as we've discussed before.
Yes, I have a thing that I could use too.
I could always slow someone's descent as well.
I mean, I can fly, but it's not for long. So
You guys don't want to do more dungeon crawling?
Can we see to the other side of the chamber?
Yeah.
There must be another path in because they got down there.
okay. Well, what if we go back and remember where we said that we couldn't crawl through? We could just go up instead of going down.
We could.
Let's try it.
Yeah, I'm afraid that that big one down there is just gonna swat us out of the air.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Come down on top of
I'll be honest. I wouldn't enjoy that very much.
It's
I
reasonable.
got an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're gonna like it,
Are you gonna
but it's
electrocute
an
me?
idea. I can turn it. I don't have that capability, so you don't have to worry about that from me. Um, I can turn into a cloud. I can go down there, hopefully, without them noticing the little wispy cloud. I can bamf into myself and distract the big one while you guys get down, however you're getting down, flying or teleporting or whatever.
No, you do
Maybe he won't
lose the stealth bonus that
be
way.
paying attention to you.
Mm.
That could work.
I don't know if that's incredibly dope or incredibly stupid. It's probably both.
It is definitely both. I'm just worried about us splitting up and, you know, us not being able to get back to you.
I thought we all had ways to get down. We were just worried about him seeing us.
Gotcha. My statement stands.
So
My method is going to take time. So whether it's one of you down on the ground or two, you'll be outnumbered for a while.
Um, okay. I mean, I
And we
guess I
can
could
we
like
can
wear you as a backpack and if that's chill. I mean, we totally don't have to do that.
The other thing to consider is if we get down there and we're outmatched, there is no escape.
Mm-hmm.
that's the case either way, unless there is an entrance lower down that we can retreat into if things are not going well.
Not sure if I can quite see to the other side, but they got down there somehow.
That guy's way bigger than us. I don't think he crawled through that little hole.
That is true. I didn't think about that.
I mean, my vote is for us to backtrack and go up and see if it somehow deposits us back downward.
Okay. I think that's the less risky choice.
Stop. I can feel the scab below us moving. Like something's maybe trying to burst out of it.
Okay.
Then it sounds like we need to move.
Yeah, can we go?
Can we backtrack a little bit? We need to
Yeah.
move. Can we move?
Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna start scooting back up this wall.
Okay.
Saren will go last.
I was gonna actually go last in case
Okay.
you needed assistance.
Scooch, scooch, scooch. I don't know how fast I'm gonna climb up there.
So you guys scooch, you get back up.
Is the ground still moving?
For like a visual sort of representation, it was almost like if you've seen how like babies kick, it was like that. So it wasn't like a
What was that
constant.
face for, Brent?
It just, it took me a while to get there.
Okay.
My first thought wasn't in utero. It was just a
Yeah.
baby kicking in the air.
Yeah, no,
Crying baby.
baby's kicking in the stomach where the skin stretches around it. It was kind of like that. So it wasn't like something's like shoving its way out. It was like one stretch and then it settled again.
Maybe it was trying to get out and it was unsuccessful. I don't know. Something was it wasn't good. I didn't like it.
Oh, you weren't supposed to like it.
1 star.
It's supposed to be unsettling.
Cool. I say we keep moving. I don't want to find out
Yes, I
what was
didn't
trying
like
to get
that.
out.
If it was that guy, he could have just phased out. So I don't think it was him, and I don't want to find out what it was.
Maybe this scab is having babies.
I don't like that either.
I don't
That was
either.
Brent.
Do a little hop.
Oh, I want to do a little hop. Can I roll for it?
Sure. Give me an athletics check for your hop.
Hey, just be careful, because
6.
you could fall.
So Saren starts to fall and gets trapped at that little thing. Your foot is now stuck, Saren.
Oh no.
What did I just say?
Saren,
I teleport out.
while you're down here, before you teleport out, can you give me a perception check?
14.
There's something going on down there in that little room that you can't get to.
Like below the room, directly next to me, like further down.
Like if we let me get my nice little thing. If we go down here Right down here?
Yeah.
There's something going on further down where you can't quite see it.
Now, when you say they're going on, what? I just hear
It
like
sounds like something. And
noises.
lots of labored breathing and heavy thumps. Do with that information what you will.
I teleport away. Hey, so I don't know what's going on down there, but I'm pretty sure it's not for us.
Could it be for Lulu? Like, Lulu could go down there and check it out and just, come back, give us reports. Oh, she can't see.
She can cast light.
She can cast light!
She's not even on speaking terms with us right now. I don't think
They
she's
need a
interested
spotlight
in.
down there.
Yeah.
Alright. That was, I think that was just, my morbid curiosity. I want to find out what's going on.
Well, we can't get through there, and if you're truly curious, then maybe we can find another way through. But to be honest, I don't think it's
I
for
mean,
me.
I can turn into a cloud, but I can only do that one time. So
Could you turn into a cloud, zip down there, check it out, and report, and then come back as a cloud still? Do you have eyes as a cloud?
What do your cloud
I
eyes
can,
see?
yeah, but I can't speak to you as a cloud. So I would have to stop being a cloud to tell you what I saw, which means that would be my one use of being a cloud done for today.
I feel like it's
I
pretty
guess it
worth
just matters.
it.
That was what I was gonna say. Is we just have to weigh the resource usage here.
I mean, if it was me that could turn into a cloud and only be able to do it once, and I heard about that,
You'd already be down
that would
there.
that would be my one use. That would be my one time.
I mean, it sounds like they're clearly occupied, so you probably don't gotta worry about them.
Fine. Start scooting up.
I'm just gonna say, so far, all you've heard spoken down here
Listen, I
is abyssal and demons being occupied. I don't know, man. Look at all this scab that's just built up.
I'm scooching. Yeah, icky.
Other one. Alrighty. So, as you are traveling through this space, it's again a little bit of a testing your climbing capabilities here, but when you get to a ledge area further down if you'd like.
This ledge or like down here ledge?
That's the ledge I was talking about right there, which will require
Cool.
a
Got it.
stealth roll if you want to be all that way out.
Oh, let me scoot back then.
Well, then
Don't
I,
risk
I
it.
guess I gotta be within 30 feet of you.
Oh, I suddenly feel a lot more stinky. Hold on. Let me.
You're cloaked in shadows and silence.
Hell yeah. 19.
27.
Uh,
All right. So there is, of course, this sort of drop down and leapfrogging over. But you'd also be able to see on the other side a smaller tunnel that puts you on the backside of uh, the big dude. And you would notice like the little gap beneath you there is another tunnel, likely leading to the tunnel exit that you see on the other side.
Okay. So we have an option to drop down and then drop down. Or there's a tunnel right under us.
Where does that go?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Probably closer to the other side.
Well, can can we see if there's a can we see from where we are the tunnel that we had came out on before?
Yeah, you can see the top side on the other side. Yeah.
Is there another tunnel on that side lower?
Yes, it is. It should be uncovered.
Ah,
I was just
yes.
asking if Saren's.
Yeah, Saren would see it, and I'm letting you know on the map that it is uncovered, so you should be able to see it. Unless
Is
Saren's
that a
now
lower?
blind.
Is that a? He is not. Does it appear like it's an easier way down? So if we were
It's,
to go back again through the and cut through the other side,
I mean,
looks pretty close.
it's not a 90-foot drop, so
if we loop back around, we might run into whatever you heard.
well, why don't we roll this? Why don't we get a survival check?
Okay.
30-20.
12.
10.
Meliors, you felt the sort of curve, and you know that the scab is like a hill. You think that perhaps there is a connection between the tunnel you see on the other side and the one that's beneath you.
Mm-hmm. I think this loops around to that other one, the one right below us.
That drop looks easier, and we might even potentially be able to climb up out of there if we had to.
Sure, no problem.
It's true.
Are we all for tunnel?
Seems like it. And actually, I think I might be able to shoot magic at those things without even going all the way to the ground.
Nice.
That I like.
Okay, cool. So Ash will turn around and get on her belly again and scoot off the edge and drop down.
Give me a stealth roll for that.
Yeah, totally.
I'll go to the edge so you still have the +10.
It's a 23, but my dice keeps rolling off of the natural 20 and it's pissing me off. It's like the third time that it's happened.
Maybe if you went elsewhere in the dungeon, you wouldn't have it. There's problem. See? No, you probably have other problems. No, don't listen to my goading, please.
I usually don't.
All right.
You don't want to explore more. You sure you don't want to explore more?
You can explore. There is more to explore. You don't have to. You can ignore everything that I put in front of you. Yeah,
I
you get
normally
through.
do. Cool.
All right. The rest of you trying to shimmy on down.
Yeah, I'm scooching.
Yeah, let's get some stealth rolls.
13.
32.
As you're moving down, Saren, you slip a little bit, and Melior's is able to pull you into the tunnel opening over that little bump, but not before one of the goat-headed demons turns and looks in that direction.
Did it see me?
You don't know.
Shit,
All
are
right.
you spotted?
I don't know. It looked in my direction. I'm not sure if it could see me, though.
Maybe they won't expect us to come out the other side.
Smart. I like that thinking. Shall we?
Yes, please. Oh, tight squeeze. Remember the tail.
So, the first thing that we see as we move through here is this massive chamber. Not quite as massive as the one you're trying to infiltrate. Um, but you do see that there is this pile of bones and offal that is in the middle of an otherwise empty chamber.
So y'all just seen that big pile of bones there?
Yep.
Yeah. I hope something doesn't burst out of it.
Gosh, that would be awful. No, no shot. Something like that happens.
Do you want to check the bones, see if there's anything in there to jump out at you?
I'm gonna test the theory and I'll scoot down and start climbing on the bones.
Yeah.
I was gonna suggest maybe throwing something at it
No, it's fine.
from a distance.
I'll throw myself at it.
Yeah, that's great. Why don't we get a perception check from you, Ash?
11.
No, there's nothing in the bones. Just
I think the bones are safe.
bones and body parts and rot.
It's gross, but I think it's safe. Gonna keep scooting.
If you say so.
Meliors, while you're moving over the bones, can I get a perception check?
Yep. Natural 20. It would have been a 31, but it's a 29.
As you're moving over the bones, you notice something. Not
Of course I do.
not terribly deep in the bones, maybe just under the top layer. You notice a stoppered bottle. It's got some
Oh,
dark, swirling energy inside of it.
well, I pick it up and look at it.
Ooh, let me see if I can get you a picture. That's what it looks like.
Okay. I am assuming I have not seen anything like this before.
Roll me a history check.
Uh, that's a 14.
You've seen bottles that have been, artfully crafted, such as this one, but nothing quite like this, no.
Okay. I'll hold it out to the others to be like, hey, look what I found.
Oh, where'd you find that?
Right here in the bones.
I didn't see it.
You walked like right past it.
Okay, rub it in. It's cool. You found a cool thing.
I don't know what it is, but it looks.
It's a bottle.
But there's like stuff in it.
You can always open it.
Yeah. I don't know what it is either.
I'd like to spend some time with it to know what it is before I just open Pandora's potion bottle.
Okay. All right, you can stick that in your inventory as unknown bottle.
Oh, I don't get to add an item.
No, not until you spend some time with it. It takes an hour to figure out something. Or you could subscribe to the
Okay.
School of Fafo.
I do not subscribe. I canceled that subscription.
I didn't. All right, so onwards.
Yes, please.
Onwards.
All right. So as you move closer, you'd all start hearing some heavy thuds and labored breathing.
Like I said,
That instant reaction.
This is the best day ever.
You're gonna be so disappointed.
Get to find out what it is.
So as you guys move forward into this area, um, you see this 9-foot tall statue of a hulking biped with clawed hands and feet. It stands on the floor of this chamber, you would see 3 vulture-like demons and 6 gnolls cackling as they all dance around the statue. And we're just gonna do a little swapsy daisies here. I didn't save my... Nope, that's the wrong one. That's also the wrong one. There we go. Little sticker. We're all dancing around it.
Huh. Yeah, you're right. I'm a little disappointed.
Look, I know what went through people's minds if you played Baldur's Gate 3, but it wasn't that.
Damn it.
They're dancing around.
No, we just walked in on a rave.
Yep. Saren,
Is it bad that I want to dance with them?
Saren, from your earlier check that you succeeded on, the statue that you're looking at here is kind of familiar. It seems to be a very crude likeness of Yonogu.
That statue is presumably of their demon lord.
I could make myself look like it, maybe.
They might let you pass, but I don't know about the rest of us.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. If I look like their god, maybe they'll just let me do what I want. I can't speak to them though, so it would be a silent performance, and I don't know that I can do wings.
Well,
so probably
the statue sticker is not accurate. Here, this is the actual deity's image.
How tall can you make yourself? Because this guy's like.
Please,
12,
I think I know the
12
answer,
tall.
but I think I can change my height by like a foot.
It stands 14
in either
feet
direction.
tall.
Yeah.
That's
okay. Well,
what it actually looks like, but the statue is not as detailed and made of scab.
Okay, so do we think that they carved it out?
Yeah.
Or did they sculpt it?
Well, it was an arts and crafts project of some kind.
Just gnawing on it until they get their god's image.
Really.
It's like the Jesus toast.
Really doesn't bear thinking about.
Look at all this stuff. We could totally build a statue with it.
Hey man,
we're talking like popsicle sticks and macaroni noodles.
Get some pus over here as glue. Let it dry down.
I love that so much. They built it.
Scab mache.
And I thought I was making the most upsetting things here this evening.
evening is just one upsetting thing after another.
Truth. Hard truth.
Maybe they're supposed to be helping to get through the door, and instead they've been too busy with their arts and craft project. So,
And
like,
they
maybe
made the goats do
other
it.
people will be mad at them.
Yeah, maybe we can like.
Maybe these
I'd hate
guys are
to interrupt their
morale.
dance party.
Well, it seems either we go through them or turn around and risk that greater fall
All
down
right.
to the door.
Well,
If they're
let's see.
busy dancing, can we sneak past them?
Yeah. They're
We've
breathing
passed
heavy.
without trace. There's thumping noises. We've established that.
Yeah.
I
Or
mean, if
maybe we
you,
could dance past them.
if you want to,
Yeah, we just gotta blend like we're extras in the background.
Absolutely.
if you guys want to try,
Yes, please.
yeah, roll me a stealth roll.
Okay.
Can we alternatively roll performance?
Sure.
The
It's not a roll
28.
still.
At a 17.
20.
So as you guys are starting to stealth by, Saren, you hear Lulu's voice once more. I don't think we should let that statue stay.
You want us to destroy it?
I think we should, yeah.
Lulu says that statue has to go.
But they worked so hard on it.
It's just
Inside
a
check.
statue. Why? Why?
Lulu, is that the source? Is that the big evil energy that you felt?
I don't know if it's the big one or if there's more than one. Just know that that one isn't good. Not good at all.
The statue is radiating evil energy. It needs to go.
Okay. All right.
Did we get closer before?
I was literally about to be having moved you
Start
guys
moving?
as you guys were doing
Okay.
that. Because you guys
Gotcha.
did get really well on your stealth roll, so you'd be passing by it when Lulu mentions this to Saren.
All right. I guess I'm just gonna start scooching up.
Okay.
Yeah, Mel was gonna try and sneak up on two of them.
Okay.
Saren's gonna stay back and hold a spell for when they kick things off.
Okay.
I would like to be here if I can.
Yeah, I'd say with your stealth rolls, you can get where you want to be before kicking everything off.
Nice. I'm gonna do like a catch Melior's eye and like do a countdown, like 3, 2, hit him.
All right. We are going to be doing this. Let's get this going. And some initiatives.
bad.
Ooh, that's a terrible initiative for me. That's an 11.
6.
4.
Man, this
My initiative
exhaustion
modifier is 11.
is killing you
So I would
guys.
have had a 0. Yeah, and we haven't taken a short rest, so I couldn't do my cool ranger thing where I just get rid of exhaustion.
So you guys were surprised.
Doesn't that mean we get advantage?
It means they have disadvantage.
Ah.
And they rolled bad. Cool.
Love that for them.
Oh man, Lulu goes first!
Yeah.
Lulu...
Definitely.
Yeah, Lulu just casts light. She casts light on the statue, so that way you guys know what you're targeting. That's about it. Rock A is lost in the throes of its dancing and just reaches out, shredding blindly, one at Melioris, which a 14 to hit.
No.
And then the other one is gonna go for Null F, which also doesn't hit, as it's just blindly dancing. It's Melioris, we come to your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna do a thing.
Yeah?
I'm going to first use my bonus action to place hunt. Well, I'm breaking Pass Without Trace, but I'm gonna put Hunter's Mark onto Rock A,
Okay.
and then I'm going to attack it with Britain's Vengeance.
Okay.
And that's a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
And some things are gonna happen. I'm gonna turn this into a Dreadful Strike.
Okay.
My Dreadful Strike does more damage now, and I'm also going to invoke the Dreadful Strike, which means I can also attack the Sudden Strike. That's what it's called. I can also attack a different creature within 5 feet of the original target as long as it's within my weapon's range. I'll roll the damage first on Brock A. So that's going to be 11 points of slashing and 14 points of psychic and 3 points of force. And then I'll roll that attack roll on Knoll Warrior A. Ooh, but I don't think a 9 is going to hit.
That does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I will take my second attack at Brock A.
Yeah?
That's an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, so that's 8 points of slashing and 4 points of force. And then I'll go ahead and I'll make my Nick attack on Brock A. I don't know that an 11 is going to hit though.
It does not, unfortunately.
Okay, well that was a slightly less cool turn than I was hoping for, but there you go.
Alright, Rock B. As it's dancing here, is going to begin with a sort of expulsion. Okay, oh, no, I need a circle. Alright, so... I need Ash and these 3 gnolls to make me Constitution saving throws.
Nice. 18.
Alright. That's a failure on Gnoll C. Failure on Gnoll D. And... success on Gnoll B. So B and Ash will succeed. As this area is filled with spores. Because the 2 of you succeeded, you guys are fine, but these guys are now poisoned.
Oh, I would have had advantage on that. It's fine.
You succeeded anyway, so...
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not complaining.
Alright, Vrock C is... gonna screech out, towards the statue of Yunogu, and... let's see... Nope, I need a circle, not a square. Thank you very much. Why can't it just default to circle? Alright, Alright, this is only going to affect the gnolls as it screeches out towards its Lord Yunogu, but because they are demons, they don't have to worry about this. And then Gnoll Warrior A over near Melioris is going to try and attack Mel with a snarling bite, with a 23 to hit.
I can't parry that, so that will hit me, yes.
Alright, 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I
Gnoll...
owe you a con save.
Okay, yep.
I just make it with an 11.
Yeah. Gnoll Warrior B is going to dance his way around. And yeah, he's just dancing. Gnoll Warrior C is poisoned, and I think this happens at the start of his turn. Yes, so. Yeah. Probably could get rid of that, honestly. Bam. And then he's gonna try and bite you, Ash. But I do believe that an 11 is gonna miss.
It does.
Alrighty. And then Ash, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna try and stick him with my pitchfork.
Yeah, do it.
We've got a 25,
Yes.
a 24,
Yes.
and a 14.
A 14 just misses.
Okay, cool. We'll make one of them a psionic strike. So that 14, 29 piercing.
Okay.
Sorry, and 2 force.
And it's dead.
Nice.
Anything else from Ash?
That's it for me. I'm gonna scooch this way
Yeah,
just a little.
we can get some scooches.
I do like scooching.
Null Warrior D, also poisoned. Also, its stuff at the end of its turn. Or at start of its turn. Cool. Cool. Gonna run up to Ash and, cackling wildly, a sort of maniacal, like, jubilation on its face. It's gonna try and scratch you, as it almost tries to pull you into dancing with it, but a 6 is gonna miss.
Okay.
Null Warrior E, gonna dance over towards Melioris and, much the same, try and draw you into the jubilations with claws that tear with a 13. I do believe that misses. And Saren, it is your turn.
Saren's going to do Sorcerer's Burst, null A.
Okay.
Cold damage. That's going to be a 15.
15 just hits.
I got 1 exploding.
Love an exploding die.
Okay, that's 22 cold damage.
He's looking real bad.
And then, Saren's going to quicken spell a guiding bolt of 4th level at Null Warrior E.
Okay.
That's an 18.
And which one was it again?
E. Echo. Oh, that's a bad roll.
I just want to make
That's
sure.
13 radiant.
13 Rodante.
Really
And
bad.
he's glowing. Alright.
And that's my turn.
Alright, it is Null Warrior F, and we got Null Warrior F gonna sneak his way over in a dancey dance. Over to you, Ash. And 14 to hit Ash.
That just hits.
That's gonna be 7 points of piercing damage as the claw sinks into your shoulder.
Cool.
Alright, and then with that, gonna come back to the top of the turn order, and I know that we have built-in time to let these go a little long, but we've got a lot of enemies, and I do have to open at the cafe in the morning, so I'm gonna say that we will pick up with our battle at the top of this turn in our next session.
Cool.
Thank you guys for playing. I had a lot of fun. I'm sorry that it wasn't a demon orgy that you guys walked in on.
It's okay.
I mean, we might